Everyone, welcome to economics class. Today we will discuss about saving investment approach of determination of equilibrium level of income and output. Dear students, in this very video we will discuss about SI approach as well as the numericals based on equilibrium level. Means we will discuss about the numericals which are based on ADAS approach as well as SI approach. Let's start the topic. Dear students, as we have already studied in the previous video, that is how equilibrium level of income, output and employment is determined in an economy by ADAS approach. According to ADAS approach, equilibrium level of income is determined when aggregate demand in the economy is equal to aggregate supply. Clear? We know that AD is equal to C plus I and AS is equal to C plus S. So, substituting these two, C plus I is equal to C plus S, C common, so S is equal to I. So, there are two approaches of equilibrium, that is ADAS approach and SI approach. We have already discussed about ADAS approach, so this present video will discuss about SI approach. Let's start the topic. SI approach. According to this approach, equilibrium would be there where ex ante, also known as planned level of saving, is equal to ex ante, that is planned investment. So keep in your mind, we are here discussing about the planned level. There are two concepts. One is the ex ante, second is ex post. Ex ante means planned and ex post means actual. We are discussing about the Keynesian model of equilibrium. So in Keynesian model, instead of actual level, importance is given to the planned level. So according to SI approach, equilibrium level will be determined where planned level of saving is equal to planned level of investment in the economy. Now, what is saving? Saving is that part of income which is not used for consumption and it is a function of income. S is a function of income. So, what we can say, when income is zero, saving is negative because people use their past savings to meet their minimum survival level of consumption. And secondly, when income increases, saving also increases. Then what's about the investment? As we have already discussed, that investment refers to expenditure incurred on capital goods by the producers during the period of an accounting year. Means this is the expenditure incurred on the goods that are meant for further production. It is assumed to be autonomous. Autonomous means it is made by government sector, or you can say it is that investment which is independent of income level. Now let's start the topic. This approach is based on three assumptions. One is this approach applies in short period. Short period is a time period where the production can be increased by increasing variable factors, that is by increasing the number of workers, that is by increasing employment. Secondly, saving is positively related with income. As income increases, saving also increases. Third, investment is autonomous, which remain constant at each level of income. Means this is independent of income and remains constant. So this is all about the assumptions. This is a table. This table indicates when income is zero, consumption is not zero. When income increases, consumption also increases. As we have already discussed that Y is equal to C plus S. Therefore, what is S? S is equal to Y minus C. So, this S will be calculated by taking the subtraction from Y, the subtraction of C from Y. So 0 minus 30, this is minus 30, 20 minus 40, this is minus 20, 40 minus 50, this is minus 10, so and so. So what we can conclude, that saving may be negative, saving may be zero, saving may be positive. Now what's about the autonomous investment? Autonomous investment remains constant at every level of income Let's assume that it is 20 crores in the economy. Got it, beta? 20 crores in the economy. Now, according to SI approach, equilibrium level will be established where ex ante saving is equal to investment. That is, S is equal to I. Now, corresponding to this, 100 crores will be the equilibrium level of income. So, it is clear from the table that when income level in the economy is 100 crores, ex ante saving is equal to ex ante investment. Therefore, it is the equilibrium level of income. Now, before 100 crores, it is clearly it can be clearly observed from the table that before this level saving is less than investment. Clear? And after this level saving is greater than investment. So two situations will arise when saving is less than investment and when saving is greater than investment. Let's discuss. What happens if S is not equal to I? There will be two situations. Saving may be greater than investment, saving may be less than investment. We will discuss about when saving is greater than investment. Try to understand the concept. When savings are more, it means consumption expenditure or expenditure is less because we have already studied y is equal to c plus s. अगर लोग सेव ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं मतलब कंज्यूम कम कर रहे हैं. If people are not consuming or are consuming less, it will cause reduction in aggregate demand. Whenever there is reduction in aggregate demand, obviously there will be undesired stock left with the producers. So the producers will plan less investment for the following years, resulting less aggregate supply, resulting less income and less saving. Ultimately, saving will become equal to investment. I am going to recall this. When saving is greater than investment, it means the level of expenditure would be less than the planned output. As a result, some of the stock remain unsold. To clear that undesired stock, producers will plan lesser production. Less production implies less output, which leads to less income, and less income would mean less saving because saving is a function of income. That's how saving becomes equal to investment and equilibrium will be restored. Opposite will happen when saving is less than investment. If saving is less than investment, it means people are consuming more. The expenditure made by the consumers by the people are more, resulting less desired stock. So the producers will plan more investment for the following years, resulting more output, more income, more saving, and ultimately the equilibrium between saving and investment will be restored. This is very important concept बच्चे आपको बहुत अच्छे से करना है ये. This is very important. आपके पास क्वेश्चन आता है जनरली what happens when saving or ex ante saving is not equal to investment in the economy. It can also be explained with the help of a diagram. This is a table, this is a diagram. Recall your memory. This is y-axis, this is x-axis, and savings and investment are taken on y-axis. Income, output, and employment will be taken on x-axis. Now, investment is autonomous in nature. That's why it will be horizontally parallel to x-axis because it remains constant at every level of output. Now, what's about the saving curve? When income is zero, saving is negative. That's why saving curve starts from negative y-axis. Will touch x-axis somewhere to show zero level of saving and then will be in first quadrant to show positive saving. So saving curve, as we have already discussed, that saving curve will start from negative y-axis due to negative saving in the initial stages or initial levels of income. Then will touch x-axis to show zero level of saving, then in positive x-axis or first quadrant to show positive saving. Now this point will not be equilibrium because this is just the point of intersection of saving and x-axis. This point will indicate the equilibrium level, because at this level saving is equal to investment. So corresponding to E1 point, OM1 will be the equilibrium level of income. Got it beta? Now before OM1 level of income, saving is less than investment. हम इसको यहाँ लिखेंगे, saving is less than investment. Clear? And after this, after OM1 level, saving is greater than investment. Now, what happens when savings are less than investment? As we have already studied, when savings are less than investment, it means there is more aggregate demand causing increase in income, causing increase in saving. So increase in saving. हम यहाँ पर arrows लगाएंगे saving curve के along. When saving is greater than I, producers will plan less investment due to undesired stock left with the producers, resulting reduction in income, reduction in saving. तो आप अपने एरोज इस तरह से सेविंग कर्व के ऊपर लगाओगे जो ई को अप्रोच करेंगे. ध्यान से देखिए, शुरू में क्या था, सेविंग इज लेस देन इन्वेस्टमेंट. रिजल्ट क्या हुआ, सेविंग बढ़नी शुरू हो गई है. हमने ये सारा एडजस्टमेंट मैकेनिज्म पढ़ा और एरोज आपके सेविंग कर्व से चलेंगे, यहाँ से चलेंगे और आप उसको E1 पर दिखा दोगे. जब सेविंग ग्रेटर देन इन्वेस्टमेंट है, अभी हमने एडजस्टमेंट मैकेनिज्म पढ़ा कि क्या होगा, सेविंग कम होनी शुरू हो जाएगी ड्यू टू फॉल इन इनकम. तो एरोज आपके इस तरफ मूव करेंगे. क्लियर बेटा? नाउ दिस इज अबाउट द एक्सप्लेनेशन of the diagram. You must understand this explanation. Then this is very, very important. This is when S is more than and when S is less than. So when S is more than, then when S is less than. I have already taught you about this concept, so go through the concept properly. Now move to the next topic. This is about the formulas which are very, very important. You must learn in order to handle the questions related with equilibrium. First is, in equilibrium situation, AD must be equal to AS, where AS is Y, AD is equal to C plus I, therefore Y is equal to C plus I. ध्यान रखना बच्चे, वैसे Y जो होता है वो C plus S होता है. Clear? लेकिन whenever we use the term equilibrium, Y will be equal to C plus S. And second approach, this is S is equal to I. Now let's start the numericals. I will help you to solve 2 numericals and the remaining you are to do from your textbook. Calculate the equilibrium level of income in an economy. Equilibrium level of income means we want to calculate Y. If C is given as this and investment expenditure is given as this, we want to calculate Y. अभी हमने डिस्कस किया, हमारे पास एक फॉर्मूला है. In equilibrium situation, Y is equal to C plus I. So y is equal to C plus I. तो हम अपना यही फॉर्मूला यहाँ लगाने जा रहे हैं. y is equal to C plus I. क्लियर बच्चे? दिस इज इक्वल टू 500 प्लस 0.9 y. क्लियर? y शिफ्ट कर दीजिए. y माइनस 0.9 y, दिस इज इक्वल टू 500. गॉट इट बेटा? अगर हम यहाँ से y कॉमन ले लें, इट विल बी 1 minus 0.9, this is equal to 500. 1 minus 0.9 means 0.1. क्लियर बेटा? तो हम यहाँ क्या लिख सकते हैं इसको? सॉरी बच्चे, यहाँ थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम आ गई, मैं इसको दोबारा से सॉल्व करने जा रही हूँ बच्चे. यस बेटा, दोबारा से देखिए. y is equal to C plus I means this is equal to 500 plus 0.9 y plus 3000. क्लियर? अब आपका बना, सीधा मैं यहाँ शिफ्ट कर रही हूँ, y माइनस 0.9 y, दिस इज इक्वल टू 3500. गॉट इट बेटा? y common, 1 minus 0.9 is equal to 3500. It can be written as 0.1 y is equal to 3500. Means y is equal to 3500 divided by 0.1. 0.1 can be written as 10 by 1. Clear? So this is equal to 35,000. Got it बेटा? आपने क्या करना था? y is equal to c plus i करना था और आपका क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो गया. Got it बेटा? यहीं से वो आपसे पूछ सकता था कैलकुलेट द इक्विलिब्रियम लेवल ऑफ कंजम्पशन. y आपका 35,000 आ गया. इस 35,000 को अब इसमें पुट करेंगे तो c आ जाएगा. ऐसे ही वो आपसे पूछ सकता था इक्विलिब्रियम लेवल ऑफ सेविंग. y आपका आ चुका, c आप यहाँ से निकालोगे, s के लिए हम फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे y माइनस सी इज इक्वल टू s. तो आपका क्वेश्चन आसानी से हो जाएगा. गॉट इट बेटा? मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दिस इज इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 2. Given that s is equal to this and I is equal to this, we want to find out equilibrium level of income and consumption. We have already studied in equilibrium situation, saving is equal to investment. So this is minus 25 plus 0.25y is equal to I. I is equal to 5000. Got it बेटा? यहाँ से अब मुझे क्या करना है? यहाँ पर आपका -25 है, -25 को वहाँ शिफ्ट कर दें. ये आपका बन गया 0.25y इज इक्वल टू 5025. क्योंकि यहाँ माइनस है वहाँ प्लस हो गया. यहाँ से y है, दिस इज इक्वल टू 5025. ये आपका मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा था, यहाँ डिवाइड हो जाएगा 0.25. सॉल्व करेंगे, डेसिमल रिमूव करना है, इंटू 100 आ गया. इसको 0.25 5025 25 5000 s is equal to I. Yes beta, this can be written as 0.25 into 100. ये कट जाएगा आपका. इसके बाद हम अपनी y फाइंड आउट कर लेंगे. क्लियर बच्चे? y मल्टीप्लाई करोगे आपका y निकल आएगा. इसी तरह से जब हम वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे तो हमारा c निकल आएगा. मीन्स आपको यहाँ क्या करना था? s इज इक्वल टू i. सो दिस इज -25 प्लस 0.25 इज इक्वल टू 5000. -25 यहाँ जाकर बन गया 5025. दिस इज 0.25 आपका है, तो बाद में y हमने यहाँ लिया, 0.25 नीचे चला जाएगा. So this is all about the numerical. So dear students, you are to do textual questions, that is the numerical questions from your book. These are very, very important, and every year we expect a numerical of 6 marks from that very topic. So dear students, do your work properly, do practice the numericals, stay home, stay safe, do your work properly. Goodbye dear students, have a wonderful day.